All right, and the next example says an archer shoots an arrow into the air. The equation describes the path of the arrow. H equals 17t minus 5t squared, where h is the height and t is the time. How high is the arrow after 2 seconds? Well, t is the time, so all we have to do is plug in 2 for t. So you have h, or the height, will equal 17 times t minus 5t squared, and we're plugging in 2 for the t. 17 times 2 minus 5 times 2 squared. So 17, 2 minus 5, 2 squared. And we end up getting 14. So it is 14 meters in the air after 2 seconds. Now, the next question says, when will the arrow be 10 meters high? Well, once again, we got to plug in for the height. So if we had h equals 17t minus 5t squared, and we're plugging in 10 for the height, so we get 10 equals 17t minus 5t squared. Well, this is almost a quadratic. I just need to move that 10 over. So minus 10, and we get, and let's put it in standard form. So 0 is equal to negative 5t squared plus, because it's positive, 17t minus 10. And we have our A, our B, and our C, and we're going to plug that in and use our quadratic formula. So x is equal to the negative of b, so negative of 17, plus or minus the square root of b squared, 17 squared, minus 4 times a, which is negative 5, times c, which is negative 10. And all of that is over 2 times a, which is negative 5. Now let's simplify that. So negative times 17 is negative 17, plus or minus the square root, and now we're going to solve what's inside the square root. So we've got 7, parentheses 17 squared minus 4, parentheses negative 5, parentheses negative 10. And we end up getting 89. So square root of 89 over, that comes out to negative 10. Now, square root of 89 is not a perfect square, so we just have it from there. Negative 17 plus or minus square root of 89 over negative 10. Let's plug it in and get our two answers. So alpha y equals, enter. I'm going to type in negative 17 plus square root of 89 divided by negative 10. And I got 0.75 and all that. Sorry, I had to answer a question real quick, and it comes out to 0.7566. Let's round it to one decimal place, so 0.75 rounds up to 0.8. And for the other one, we'll type it in again, but use minus, so go in here and change it to a minus sign. And we get 2.6 for my other value. So that's how many seconds would go by when the arrow is 10 meters in the air. Now, question C says when it will be 20 meters in the air. So we're going to take this, but instead of 10 meters high, it'll be at 20 meters. once again, let's make this into a quadratic. So move our 20, those cancel, and we get 0 equals negative 5t squared plus 17t minus 20. Really, the only difference is our c now is changing to negative 20 instead of negative 10. Our a and our b are the same. So, using our formula, x equals negative of 17 plus or minus the square root of 17 squared minus 4 times a, which is negative 5, times c, which this time is negative 20. And all that is over 2 times a, which is negative 5. Let's start to simplify that. So we've got negative 17 plus or minus, and let's simplify everything in the radical. So we've got 17 squared, notation error, minus 4 times negative 5 times negative 20. This time I get negative 111, and all of that is over 2 times negative 5, which is negative 10. Well, I have a problem here. I have a negative inside my radical. So on this one, there is no solution, which means if it never goes up to 20, or sorry, if there's no solution, it just will never hit 20 meters. Last one, when will it come back to the ground? All we have to do, go into our y equals, plug in our equation. So we've got 17x minus 5x squared, and type in your second line is y equals 0. Let's look at our graph. It does hit the ground, so second trace, we're looking for the intersect. And we're looking for over here where it hits the ground, not where it started. That's at 3.4. seconds, because the x value was seconds. I'm going to stop the video here. We've got one more today.